This channeling is choppy due to the frequency and the fluidity of receiving it as a new energy. When I channel energy from a very high frequency, it can be difficult to translate it, and there is many pauses as I am receiving. Therefore, I am given the information through visions as well as direct knowing, because of course I do not have a reference to the knowingness. I encourage you to listen to the channeling in its entirety and to feel the resonance of it. In no way did I feel any sense of fear with this energy. It was only one of great support. Hello and welcome. I have been sitting here asking questions of my team. There has been so many things that people have been bringing forward to foster fear again, and I asked about the celestial event that they talked to me about. Now, many have talked about 3 days of darkness, all of these things that are involved with this, and my team has brought me a very different perspective than what a lot of those that are channeling information have brought. Now, I can't speak for anyone else. I can only bring what my team brings to me directly through my perspective, through my interpretation. And I asked them about the celestial event, and they said that the more focus that we put on that in a fearful way, the more disruption and distortion that will be created within our matrix. Now, I asked them about Atlas, which is what I haven't seen anything on it at all, just that people don't know what it is. They're predicting different things, and I really haven't watched any channelings on it because I just don't do that. I don't feel that as a channel myself, that is the right thing to do, that it skews my perspective as soon as I do that. But when I asked them about it, they showed me a mothership, huge mothership. And I've seen this mothership before. They showed me this mothership when I was in, I believe it was in a healing with the Star Mothers, and they showed the Star Mothers all lined up in kind of a semicircle. I'm just going to talk here about whatever it is that they bring to me, and I'm going to bring it forward in whatever way it is brought to me. So they showed me this mothership, and it's an enormous mothership. It is almost like a world, it's more than a city. I want to say it's more than a city. The energy that I'm receiving in it, it is enormous. It is almost like I say, it's almost like a world, almost like a civilization type of energy is what I am feeling from it as I look upon it, and as I tap into the energy of it. I'm just going to tell you, the yawning, when they have me yawn, is because they are pulling in more oxygen, which raises my vibration in order for me to get closer to their vibration so that they can bring me a higher frequency, because we have to kind of meet in the middle. Because this is not currently my reality, and this is not theirs. So we both kind of have to meet in the middle, so they pull me up and they come down to meet me within that center of that consciousness, so to speak. But they are showing me this mothership as, like I say, it's almost like a civilization is how I am seeing it. Like, it's enormous. It's like it's got little attachments to it that are, I guess you would say, you could call them cities or branches or that kind of thing. Like, it's enormous. It is enormous. It's like it's got legs off of it, kind of like an octopus, I guess you could say, branches like that. Branches off of branches, where there are little smaller pods, but then there's this enormity of this ship. And I feel like it's like I said, I feel like it's the mothership. My crown is tingling, so my head is scratching my head because my crown is tingling as they bring this information in. Okay. So when I asked them about that, and they have always told me that there will be a celestial event, and they have also brought to me that we will have contact with other worlds, and that this will happen through what we would call, I don't even know what they call them anymore, unidentified, I don't even know something, but we will have contact within that way. And I don't know if everyone will have contact. I think it will be dependent upon how you view them, if you are able to view them. If that makes sense. Okay, so what they're bringing to me, they just showed me this just now. This is really fascinating. They showed me, like everybody talks about the darkness, and what they showed me is the ship, and it's enormous. The ship casting a shadow upon the planet. So that is the darkness, the shadow that will be created in some way. Why are people saying this is 3 days? What is this 3 day? What does this have to do with like 3 days? It has something to do with the process of integration. 3 days, the process of integration. What are we integrating? What are we integrating? Codes. Codes, light, upgrades. This is like the crystalline body form. They're saying it requires rest. I kind of feel like I'm crazy bringing this information, I'm not gonna lie. It's like the 3 days, the Trinity, the Holy Trinity. So, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And I say Son loosely. A Son is basically child. The Father, the Child, and the Holy Spirit. Masculine, feminine, and child. There's something about magnetics. Magnetronic. Magnetics. Okay, they're showing me something about magnets that are moving around one another somehow. Like, it has something to do with some kind of a, they're talking about some kind of a force field or some kind of a, I don't know, turbine. I'm not mechanically inclined at all. Something to do with that, and somehow erasing something, cleaning something, erasing something, balancing. Okay. They are showing this to me in the form of a bed, and I don't know any of you have heard about the med beds or that kind of thing. I really haven't paid much attention to it, but that's the phrase that they're bringing, is med bed. And it has something to do with a magnetic field or resolution or something like that, that clears in some way, clearing old patterns, old thoughts. It's almost like a reset for those that have moved into a state of knowing that there really isn't anything to fear. But yet our human body is so inclined to work in a form of habit, like we have a flight or fright mode within us, and our body automatically reacts to that emotion, that sense, that event, whatever that is, that energy that is around it. Our body reacts to it, even though we know that it's better. We still have a tendency to react to that. And what they are saying is that this is a reset for that kind of an energy that will pull those that are having difficulty with that keep getting pushed back in, not because it's their belief, but because it has become a pattern or a habit. It is just a pattern or a habit that just keeps happening, right? Just like you get used to driving the same way when you go places, right? You go back and forth to the store the same direction, right? You go to work the same direction, come home the same direction. It becomes a pattern. It's something that our body, our brain has mapped out within it. So this is a reset of the brain in order to grow new, and there something to do with neurological pathways to increase our ability to react to things in a new way rather than in an old pattern. It's almost like releasing old patterns, but with releasing that old pattern, what has been happening with people as well, they're saying, is that there has been memory loss as well. So people feel like they have lost part of their memory, and that is what is happening. That is coming with this reset, is that this will be more of a physical type of release without losing the memory that is associated with it. Okay, this is just getting to be kind of, and they do this to me sometimes, but they just talk me through things. So we are going to have a reset. They are going to bring in a sort of reset, some kind of, and they're showing me like swirling magnets around like a bed, like almost like an enclosed bed where we would, you know, if you're in a tanning bed or something like that, but there's space around it. And they're showing me how these magnets are going around this bed. And they're saying it's to reset. Okay, that's interesting. They are now showing me something about the magnetic lines of the Earth, the North and South Pole. I think they're magnetic. Like I say, you guys, I'm not into that kind of stuff. I never have been. But something about them as well that needs to shift or change or be reinforced or something like that. A reinforcing of the magnetic poles to strengthen them. Because even the slightest change of a degree is an enormous change. Okay, this is, I was just given the vision of the Lyran Collective. I was shown like the commander is what I was shown. The commander, he was all dressed in uniform. Is there anything else? they're feeding me. I can feel it through my crown, but I'm not receiving the interpretation, so maybe it's something that I'm not able to, because this is a lot, you guys. This is some really different information. I have not heard, well, maybe it's, who knows? It's in the cosmos for everyone, so I mean, somebody may have, I have no idea, because like I say, I don't listen. I don't listen to other channelers because I think that it muddies my channeling when I do that, so I just don't do that. I also don't bring all of my channelings forward that I receive because sometimes it's really bizarre what they bring. And then I find out later, it's like, oh, well, I guess that was true, right? Just like on Star Trek, hey, Scotty, you know, we've got cell phones now that all we have to do is talk and they call somebody, right? But of course, in the time of where we are, it always feels like it's a stretch, a really big stretch. I think that's what they have. For today, I am feeling a lot of activity coming in through my crown, and it's almost like they want me to lay down and rest to receive it in some way. So if you have listened to this and you've made it to this point, I thank you. You are definitely within the new energy, the new frequency. And I appreciate you and I love you.